Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Wyvern, and today I just want to do a brief introduction of what this channel is about and what I'm going to talk about. This channel is for sharing my journey. I want to share my knowledge. I want to share my experiences with you to help you grow in your practice. Now, some of the basic things I believe in is we all are in this journey, and it's a journey that we have to make on our own. It's a solitary, unique journey. We can learn things from others, but what we hold close to our heart, what we believe in, what we choose to practice is going to be unique for everybody. So everyone's going to be different. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's what works for you. And the reason why I want to share my knowledge and share my experiences is to give you ideas on what you can try, what you can experiment with, what you can find works for you. Because everyone's different. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. But I believe in sharing that knowledge because I believe the Deity blesses us when we share. When it's not a good thing to keep things secret, it's best when we share knowledge. And that's what I'm going to try to do, is share that knowledge. And one way I do that is just by talking about things, topics that come up that I think you might be interested in. And sometimes people will post questions, they'll ask me something. And if I know anything about it, I'll share what I know with you. Because I've been very fortunate. I've lived in almost a dozen different countries over the past 30, 35 years. And while I was living in those countries, I took the time and effort to learn about the culture. I met with the different people who were willing to share their knowledge and share their culture with me. And some of those things I liked, some I wasn't interested in, but my practice now is very eclectic. I take things from everywhere. Now, my heritage goes back to Celtic and Scandinavian, but I find myself being attracted to Egyptian paganism or Native American paganism or Asian paganism. Just all those different cultures. I take things that I believe in because I don't think there's such a thing as appropriation. That you have to be a certain culture, a certain race, a certain color to practice a certain belief. We're all on this earth together. Yes, we're different colors. Yes, we're different races. But I think the fact that we're on this earth together gives everyone the right to practice however they want. And if you want to practice using a little bit of Egyptian paganism and mix it with some Celtic paganism, and you like something about Native Americanism, you can just take all that and mix it to what works with you, for you. Because I believe as long as we're successful in our practice, the Deity, our gods, our goddesses, our ancestors, our spirit animals, spirit guide, they're going to be pleased to see us practicing. They're going to be pleased to see us working magic and working with different energies. And that's what I think magic is. To me, magic is the manipulation of energy to get you what you want, to achieve a goal, to be successful, to be liked, to have money, to have wealth, to have power, to have friendship, to have knowledge. Those are all things that we strive for, things that we want to learn, and by doing magic, we can find those goals, we can reach those goals. And that's one of the things I do believe in very strongly, and something that I do teach or preach or talk about, is I believe what you put into magic is what you get out of magic. That was one of the first things I was taught. The effort you put forth is going to be the type of rewards you're going to get back. And an example of this, and I know I piss off a lot of people when I talk about this, But every month, every time there's a full moon, you're going to hear people talking about, oh, I'm going to make moon water, or oh, it's time to make some moon water. And I know dozens of ways to make moon water, but I always ask, how do you do it? You know, what's your method? Because that's how we learn. I want to learn different ways of doing it. And when someone tells me, oh, I take a jug of water and I put it on my back porch before I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning, I've got a jug of moon water. Bless their hearts. If they think that's what is making moon water and that works for them, like I said, I'm not going to say anybody's right or wrong, but to me, that's the same as buying a box of cake mix from Betty Crocker, setting it on your kitchen table before you go to bed, and expecting there to be a chocolate cake with frosting and little sprinkles on top and little roses around it and just this beautiful chocolate cake. And that is, I believe that so strongly that you have to make the effort. You have to try to do magic. And that doesn't mean you have to spend money. It doesn't mean you have to go out and buy $100 skull or $50 wands or dozens and dozens of books. It doesn't mean you have to spend money. It just means you have to make the effort. With what you have, the tools available to you, you have to practice. You have to make that effort. You have to take those steps to learn your craft and to work your craft. I don't believe, again, these are my beliefs, I don't believe you can pay someone to cast a spell for you. Or I don't believe you can pay someone to consecrate an item for you. I believe magic is very personal. When I consecrate tools, and this is something else, I hear all the time people are advertising that for $49.95 or whatever, this high priest of the third level will consecrate your tools or bless your tools. I don't believe that's possible. I think consecrating your tools or making your, preparations, your altar, everything that you use in your practice is a very unique thing that has to be between you and your deity. Whoever your god or goddess is, if it's the earth, if it's the moon, if it's the animals, whatever it is you practice with, you need to make that bond. You need to strengthen that link with your deity, because that's how magic works. Just going online and paying someone $50 to cast a love spell or send $30 and I'll bless your tools. I don't believe in that. If you do, fantastic. That's what works for you. But my belief, that doesn't work for me. Let me just say that. And again, it's all about sharing knowledge. It's about sharing those experiences, and that's why I'm here. When I initially started this channel, it was just a way for me to practice my tarot and oracle cards. If you look at the short videos on this page, the 1 minute long videos, I've got like 300 out there, I think, of just 1 minute, short 3-card readings with my different tarot and oracle decks. I have over 150, and I set them up to where I have they're on a different tablecloth or a different background, and then I put a different focus item there, and I do the reading. And the reason why I do this is because I think this is a way, my channel is a way for your deity or your ancestors or whoever, if they need to get a message to you and you're not being receptive to their message, or this is an easier way for them to reach you, you're going to find my page, my channel, and one of these readings is going to speak to you. When you're going to scroll down and look at all the different pictures, and you're going to say like, ooh, that's kind of speaking to me. And then when you watch the video, then maybe that's going to be the message that your deity wants you to receive. Or that's the message that your ancestors want you to receive. And that I'm really big on ancestor worship. I strongly believe in my ancestors, the power they have, the knowledge they can share, the experiences. I really believe in that. And that's why I do a lot of ancestor worship, and I talk about my ancestors a lot on this channel. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. I kind of want to give you an idea. Again, these are my thoughts, my beliefs. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to make you think like I do. I just want to give you more knowledge that you can use on your journey. More knowledge that you can use to help you travel your path. You may agree with what I say. You may disagree. Everyone has that right. And the other thing, the last thing I want to mention, because this is something else I strongly believe in, there is no sanctified, central, one church of Wicca. Or there is not one book that everyone has to follow. Everybody has the right to practice the way they want to. Don't let anybody tell you you're doing something wrong. Don't let anybody tell you you have to do it the way they want to, because there's some fourth priest of the Yabba Babba Church of West Virginia, or they're the third goddess of Hecatean full moon worship, or whatever. There's no such thing. There may be a group of people who've made their own calling, or they've made their own ranks and their names, third and fourth order or fifth generation or what. That's all in their group. It is not something or someone who has power over you to tell you what you have to do or how you have to practice. This is your unique, singular journey and path. You make the rules. You believe what you want to believe, and you practice how you want to practice. I'm just sharing my thoughts and beliefs to help you on your path. I love when people ask me questions. I love when people make comments. I love when people share how they practice. I have a couple followers who are constantly sharing their experiences, and I love that. I love seeing how other people practice. I love hearing how other people practice, because I want to grow too. I love to grow. This is a two-way street. I share. I want you to share. I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope it gives you some knowledge to help you. Again, please comment. Please let me know what you're thinking. Please let me know how you practice. This is a two-way street. Let's learn from each other. Please enjoy my channel. I hope it works for you. I love when you guys watch my videos. It makes me feel blessed when I share that knowledge. So start clicking away, see what you like, see what you want to talk about. I'm going to be here for a while. Thank you all.